Hello, friends, and welcome back to Too Many Minis. My name's Ossie. I went into my local Lidl yesterday morning, the popular German supermarket, and in the middle of Lidl aisle, they had Airfix kits. Now, they had this Sherman Firefly 172 kit, and I was into that. I'm not a military history guy, all that kind of stuff. Military stuff, not really my thing, but they also had a They also had a cool cutty sock, which I picked up because, they were like $6.99. Anyway, I had an idea for this, so I took it home. In the box, you're getting 3 rubber sheet acrylic paints and a tiny tube of poly cement. Might come in handy one day, but probably not. You get a brush. Brushes are always good. This is a cheapy sort of brush, but it's a nice size, and that goes in the collection of brushes because you can trash these brushes doing stuff and chuck them, and it's all good. It comes with some instructions. They're useful. It comes with some little decals. I don't think they are terribly useful, but again, you never know. And it comes with this kit. 2 sprues of little Sherman tank. Pretty neat. And it made me think of some of my favourite models that Games Workshop produce, or actually Forge World. And that is the Grot Tanks, pictured here. They're £81.50 for 4, which is expensive, considering you need quite a lot of them, because they're like 35 points in game, and they're Grot Tanks, they're pretty bad, they're little Gretchen, piloted by... So I started making one, and I came up with this, and I love it. It's mostly the Sherman tank. I've got some spare parts from the Predator that I had, the Deimos Predator. I've got an exhaust pipe from the Orc Battle Wagon kit from 30 odd years ago. These bits are too. Some flamey tanks from Imperial Guard, Gretchen, and I've made this into a kind of flamer. So it's a scorcher. Give it a little lookout thing through there. Stuck some orc glyphs on, again from the Battle Wagon kit from 30 years ago. But I made it shorter, so you can see that these tracks are a fair bit longer than that. They're kind of realistic. I made this kind of super deformed smaller, and I just did that by chopping out sort of 22 millimeters from the tracks and then joining them back together. And then again, I chopped off the back 22 millimeters of the hull. I'm super in love with this. It's basically making me want to start a new army. It's basically being like, okay, now I can go for Grots. I love Gretchen. I've always loved their models and the Snotlings since I was a little kid. I'd love an excuse to do an army of these guys, or force of them of some size. Paint them yellow, because I love yellow orcs, bad moon stuff. It's great. I've got ideas to do more. The other thing I had is these tracks that came from a Mechanicus model that was in Imperium magazine, and I picked up a couple of these sets just for the tracks, basically for this exact purpose, a few months ago. And I'm thinking, can I make some more of these? So I'm gonna fiddle about with them and see how many we can make. Now, I've got this kind of turret, but I think it wants to be bulked up a bit. It wants to be a bit bigger, because I don't want these to be too much smaller than the Grot Tanks that Forge World make, because I'd quite like to get some of them at some point and mix and match. So I found this plastic piping that you can get from any hardware shop, and that's smaller, but I think for Gretchen technology that could work. Okay, I think I'm going to reuse the bit I chopped off the first Sherman here to give part of the hull. It can all be really rough, because this is orc technology we're talking about. It's pretty basic. Can't stress enough how good to me extra thin cement is. So the way I cut down the tracks for the first one I made was just to look on my chopping board. I've got centimetre squares. I was looking for around 2 centimetres, maybe slightly more. And the obvious place to chop then is here. So we'll put a slash there to mark it. And here. So a bit over 2. Okay, so this time I've done it wrong. So we're going to take out one more link. And just shave a bit off. You want to get as flat an edge as you can. Boom, there you go, tracks. And like I say, it's orcs, so it doesn't need to be very precise. It just needs to go back together. In fact, the imprecision is going to look good. So glue them back up. A bit of force on plastic cement never hurts. To this side. 2 lots of tracks. Now we'll leave them aside to dry a bit, and we'll go back to our other one with the other design. Ooh, look at that. That's pretty cool. Bit like a spoiler. Try and stay spoiler free on this channel, but you know. Yep, that's a winner. Bit of glue on the bottom. That's good enough. I think we need the window for the driver to be in here. About there. You can get your knife. Maybe a Stanley, even better. Look at that. That's a winner, right? Don't think gaps and things matter much with alt technology. I want to extend this piece. Double hole. Put that there. And this one there. How good is that? Looks good at the back. Some glue on the bottom of his nose and the bottom of his ears. And then going back to the sprue from the Predator, which I've got spares things kicking around, but you can make any gun. You know what I mean? Orc guns are pretty easy going. So you can kind of do it however you like. I'm going to look at the gun options. Grot Tanks can have a rocket launcher, a scorcher, we've done one of them, a custom mega blaster, a Grot Zuka, that's like the blunderbuss full of junk, and a big shooter. A big shooter's got to be the basic one, so I think we should make one of them. It's a big gun. Cool. Okay, this one I'm going to cut down. Okay, I need a kind of lid for this piece. A bit of sprue. That's it for a minute. We want to get this glued up. I'm into that tank as well. Let's line them up at the back with our first one. So this one's going to be a big tank for some Gretchen. I love that. 22 by 42.5. And I think we need to chop some classic orc teeth out. And then making the guns is just about digging in the bits box, looking at sprues you've got. You know, if it's too smooth and Space Marine and stuff, cut it up, chop it up, add bits together, make it look homemade and clunky. Get the orky effect. A short while later, to finish these off, to get them, I might do a bit of green stuff along here, just to sort of wrap these plates around the bottom. But the difference between this sort of finished one and these guys is rivets. We need to put some rivets on. There's a great thing for rivets in this set itself, in this Sherman tank. The gun. And you're not going to use that for an orc gun because it's tiny, skinny, right? Different scale. But it comes with this T-bar, and that is perfect for rivets. So what we want to do is slice some little tiny slices off. Do a whole load of them, both sides. We're going to put one there, we're going to put one there, we're going to put one there, we're going to put one there. Just push it down with your finger. Stick it on. Finger on. I think I'm pretty happy with that. Right. So here we've got them. I've got 3 Grot Tanks made from 3 Sherman tank airfix kits. One with the grot out. Some nice other bits on it. This is my nice squared off one with teeth. I'm very fond of this one. With his gun. This custom Mega Blaster. And the little one, the little tall one with sneaky grot. And there they are. Let me know if you make some of these. I think they're cool, and I'm going to make more. I think I've got enough to make at least another one with that Mechanicus piece of tracks. And I think I've got another set of these tracks, have I? Yeah, I've got another set of those. So I'll make at least one more. Then I'd be really tempted to buy the Grot Tanks set from Forge World and have 8, which is like 7 and a commander. That's a full unit of them. That's cool. I'm into that. And my brain's already thinking like, okay, how many Gretchen do I need to get to run like an almost all Gretchen army? I can have 30 Gretchen with OBSEC Apparently, I'm into that. They could be led by Makari, although I think I'd have to buy Gazgol to get him, which seems a bit daft to get a little Gretchen. Maybe buy him on his own on eBay. So yeah, big orc army plans that I didn't have before I walked into Lidl. Money saving. It's money saving. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. See more stuff. Thanks. Bye.